say his name and he appears.
In the realm of psychodrama, we only know one thing, Flux. That's right. To give them the flux. To give them the flux.
These rappers is shucking and jiving and stuff, getting self in the shit that they can't get out of. Fucking up, here go the flux. A display of lyrics and patterns and rhythms by Side and Young Buck.
For viewers' discretion is only factual, non-fiction, homie. The ruler, the thumb sticking out cause you know me. Federal, pimp lock the block, you can't hold me. Situation getting heavy, ammo get low, need my homie, what's up?
Well, your homie right on you, you know from the fire. Go with that on these bitches is devious as we gon' get on this shit. Let's talk, let's not sit on this shit. We the shit on this shit, they just spit on this
So
shit.
much psychodramatic, oh happy, get this bit crazy, the range, you with it, this shit. Buck inside is the physicist. Belligerent, feel it, cause we ignorant. Nigga, y'all in it, the flux is the subject of weight and adrenaline, the feel of bitch. Side the medic, buck the relic, and drama that did it to him once again. For the chance that you get, change to your face, and the blood to the covers, undisputed bitch.
And again, to the end of the pen, be worse than this sin against men. I'm feeling fenced in. From birth, saw the light of the earth, and I've been fucked up since then. This fusion, clenching, the might get a bitch contusions. It's two of Chicago's fucking gruesome. Introducing to you the flux. Big dreams are made of these.
Woo! What up, Taco Guru? It's another thirsty Thursday, man. Looks like Nick Aldis is getting a little thirsty. We finally get the heel turn we needed. Let's go.
And you can inhale the danger. Consider this us spilling out pails of anger. Fuck around, swell a vein up and make you rebel on the stranger. Can't contain the things I'm thinking. Sometimes I be feel like I'm sinking in the motherfucking words of the rap. Floating in the ink pen, breathing and blinking as I lead you to the brink and push you off in the deep end of the issue. Out of the realm of reaching, you ain't gonna know what the fuck to hit you cause you sleeping. Chicago will be your motherfucking chick.
What is going on, Taco Guru? My name is Jesse, aka your very own one and only. Shouts out Smart. What's good with you, man? What a show tonight, right? Fantastic show, right? Nah, it wasn't that great of a show, man. What was you thinking? You thought it was a fantastic show? What the hell is wrong with you people, man? What is wrong with you people, man? Let's get into it, man. How is everybody doing on this fantastic, chilly night here in Chi-Town, man? We got a new Impact World Champion, a new X Division Champion. We have a new top heel in the company. We'll get into it. Funny Rob with the 199 super chat says, Jesse, me, you live stream watch along next Impact pay-per-view. Oh, Rob, thanks for the super chat, man. But I can't do a watch along with you if I'm busy preparing for the post-show review, my man. Baby. Funny Rob, baby. But I do appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. This was the most unique episode of Impact that I've seen yet. Mostly because it was very WWE like in terms of its booking. It was kind of weird. But we'll get into it, man. We'll get into it. As a matter of fact, let's get into the show, man. If you guys want to join along in the conversation, please join my man Rob Funny Baby and send your super chat, send your thoughts. All of that stuff is open. We will get into it at the end of the show. except memberships. I think we're gonna do those live because I don't know if YouTube fixed their setup and everything, and I don't know if I'm still gonna have access to them after the show, so I may do those lives. But let's get into it, man. Thank you all for being here. Let's go. We start the show off with the Motor City Machine Guns. Basically, they're the head of the table now in Impact, right? The world champion, the X Division champion. I'm hearing rumblings. I'm hearing little murmurs of something called Option C. I'm new to this Impact thing, man. I'm new to this Impact tradition and what's going on around here. But I'm hearing things about something called Option C as it pertains to the Motor City Machine Guns. Starting to tickle my interest a little bit. Starting to tickle my interest just a little bit. The Motor City Machine Guns, man, that flowed so well, but that's not what it is. These guys are not shitty at all. The Motor City Machine Guns both make their way out to the ring, sporting their new gold, sporting all of their lavish gold. Sabin says it felt like he dreamt waking up after Against All Odds, and they both had gold. But not just the tag gold, though. Not just the tag gold. They had the real stuff, man. Sabin became a 9-time X Division champ. Shelley won his first world title. Shelley says he ugly cried because winning the title finally made him feel like he was good enough. You know? He finally felt like he made it. I get that feeling sometimes myself, man. I know what he means. Where are my manners? Where are my manners, man? Let me pause this for a second. Let me say what up to everyone that I have joining me here in the chat right now. Gaza, Timothy Thornton, what's going on? Tallest Young, Susan, D. Ambrosio, head of talent relations. What's going on, Susan? Robert Logan, Mike Rouse. I see you, Mike. Always hanging around, man. I see you, man. Sinister, as always. Of course, Funny Rob. We have. Let me scroll. Lego Brick Collector. What's going on? David Netterwald. What's going on? Ben Espinoza. What's Gucci, man? What is going on with everybody here tonight? The American rock star, Patrick Palmer. What is going on with you, man? DJ Vampy. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. All right. Now, said my hellos, said my greetings. Let's get into it. DJ Vampy. Oh, P. You made it in time, bro. You made it in time for the shout outs. You made it in time. Positive vibes only. See, there we go, man. See, there we go. Y'all waking up out there. I love to see it, man. Love to see that. Let's get into it. So he finally felt like he was good enough, right? So Shelley dropped some names. Alex Shelley dropped some names in this promo, in this segment. He dropped names like Kazuchika Okada, Jay White, Matt and Nick Jackson, Trey Miguel, Kushida, and even Seth Rollins as people who had their turn. They had their turn as world champion. Shelley says, where was my turn, bruh? Well, this is my turn. All right, I see you. Sabin declares this as the machine gun era of Impact. Can you really argue with it, man? They hold the gold, man. They got the top gold. That's what's up. Nick Aldis makes his way down while smiling. He apologizes for interrupting. You know, Nick Aldis is very, very, very. He's very polite. You know, I think what is he, British? I think Nick Aldis is British or something like that. They're very proper and polite. So he apologizes for interrupting. He's I apologize. I mean no disrespect. I apologize. I'm sorry about this. You know, I had something to say. All right. What you got to say, bro? What you got to say? He apologizes for interrupting, but he has something he needs to get off his chest. He called his shot. Shelley called his, and everyone was there to congratulate him, including Nick Aldis. He credits Shelley for pulling him back for pulling him up back in the day, which launched him into his own world title reign. Now Aldis plans on winning the title at Slammiversary. All right, so first Nick Aldis came out. After that, Trey Miguel comes out. He came out. He was holding a bottle of water. Took a couple of swigs from his water. Let out a big burp. A big, just nasty burp. And he said, I'm sorry. He said he's very gassy from all the smoke they're blowing up each other's asses out there. That popped me. I thought that was fucking funny. Trey says they forgot about him when talking about the Impact Mount Rushmore. If they out there, Miguel said they out there just putting themselves over. Say, what is this? Sabin tells him to shut up and says he has to earn respect. Apparently, Trey Miguel has never earned any respect at all. All right, whatever. So, after Trey came out, said what he had to say. After that, we get Kenny King, flanked by Sheldon Jean. All right. They called out Sabin. They call Sabin a jerk for discrediting Trey. And like, what are you doing? You disrespecting this guy. You know, you're not giving him his roses, and he's sitting right here. What the hell's wrong with you people, man? Sabin challenges them to a 3-on-3 match. All right. But then Giselle Shaw's music hits. You see what I mean about this being like a WWE booked show? The merry-go-round entrance music segment type deal. My God, man. So Giselle Shaw comes out. Her music hits. Evans and Vidal come down. Shaw says what Kenny said really rings true. The spotlight should be hers, but instead, it's on Trinity. I'm not sure why she felt the need to come out here and start talking about Trinity when no one was talking about Trinity or her. Just like what happened with Nick Aldis and the Guns. Shaw asked Shelley if he deserves all of this, and Alex says, yup. He says there is no carpet for them, and they have been here for decades. He says it sounds like her problem is with Trinity. I'm with him. He said it sounds like your problem is with Trinity, not with us. So not sure why you out here. So that being said, out comes Trinity. Trinity comes out. We got Giselle Shaw. We got Kenny King. We got Sheldon Jean. We got Nick Aldis. We have Trey Miguel. Now here comes Trinity. She says she's here for Shelley's class and wants to see Shaw get schooled. Vidal gets in the face of Trinity and threatens to punch him in the face again. Deonna Purrazzo comes out next. My God. Deonna Purrazzo comes out and announces she has surpassed 500 days as champion. She wants to be more involved if people are talking about getting knocked out. Trinity reminds Deanna that she's only champion till Slammiversary. Ooh, finally. Some animosity. Man, thank you. Finally, a little bit of, hey, I'm taking this from you. I don't care what you say or who you are. That's what we need in a title feud, man. All this chimes in with a similar statement. Saying, yep, come Slammiversary, I'm going to be champion too, Who knew? Out comes Santino Marella. Bro, at this point, it feels like half the roster is in this segment right now. Santino Marella comes out and he books a 5-on-5 main event. So everybody that out there, all the people who are out there right now, they're all in the main event. Santino comes out and does his best Teddy Long impression. We're going to make this a tag team match, player. Jeez, man. So we cut to the back after this. Guys, this segment took 30 minutes. This is only a 90-minute show. 1/3 of tonight's show was this opening monologue. Not monologue, because it can't be a monologue because there was 47 people out there. But this opening segment took a half hour of the show. 1/3 of the show. That's a little ridiculous. Not only that, I'll be real here. I'll be serious with you guys. I'm gonna keep it 100, man. Pretty much close to nobody in that ring at that time were good at giving promos. They were all people who are basically not very great at giving promos. So can you imagine how much this segment just dragged the hell along? My God, the Motor City Machine Guns, great in-ring workers, fantastic baby faces. Promos, not so much, bro. Not so much. That was a very daunting segment to get through. So we cut to the back. We have Steve Macklin. He says it took him 2 years to reach the world title, and Scott D'Amore got his way because Scott D'Amore finally got that title off of Macklin. Macklin gets angry and walks off. Quick, short, sweet promo. Easy. Much better than the half-hour fiasco we just came out of. Diener talks to Angels and Khan backstage, which sparks an argument between Angels and Diener. Angels and Diener blame each other for the loss at Against All Odds. Diener was like, hey, Angel's not pulling his weight, or whatever. Then Angel said, hold on, motherfucker. I just came from a company working for a goddamn 9-year-old. Now I'm over here, and you want to blame me for this shit? This is why I left. They got into it back and forth. But then Khan interrupted, Connor of the Ascension. He says, this is what Sammy wanted, Sammy Callahan. He says they should let Impact know this is their territory. So the design plans on taking over things on Impact. First match of the night, Moose versus Rich Swann. Felt like we were an hour into the show at this point before we finally got a match. And then the match we got was, well, let's get into it. All right, the match starts. It quickly spills out to the outside. They fight to the outside right away. Moose slams Swann onto the apron. Then he swings him around into the barricade. He took Rich Swann and just kind of just swung him back and forth into the steel barricade. There was a bunch of kids. There was a bunch of little kids in the front row. And they were all sitting there freaking out like, oh, crap. Because one grown man was taking another grown man and throwing them into the barricade right there in front of him. I got a kick out of that one. I thought that was pretty funny. But they get back into the ring. Moose catches Swann with a choke slam and tries for a cover. Moose drives Swann into the apron and delivers a chop against the post. He went to go do a chop. Swann moved, so he chopped the post. That must have hurt. Swann stomps on Moose's hand and gains space. Swann throws hands, but Moose knees him. Swann hits a spin kick and then lands a DDT. Swann goes up top and punches Moose off, but Moose charges back and lands a superplex. Very nice spot. Very clean superplex by Moose. After the break, Swann is throwing punches again and then chops Moose down to a knee for a roll-up. Kick out. Swann tries another roll-up, but Moose fires back with a pump kick. Swann catches Moose with a cutter out of the corner and then hits a springboard cutter for a near fall. Moose plants Swann for a near fall of his own. Moose gets in the ref's face, and this is the female ref, and Moose is trying to bully the female ref around. Let's see. Moose charges, but Swann catches him with a roll up for 3. That was it. Quick roll up for 3. Rich Swann wins. He beats Moose. This did not look good for Moose. Moose has been on somewhat of an L streak. And it appears that everyone is looking for Moose to try to get on here, man. It's like he can't get any momentum. But we shall see. We shall see. It's beginning to look like Moose's L's are leading to something, and we'll get into it. All right, we take a look at BTI, like the pre-show, basically, where Singh and Shera won a tag match before getting attacked by Heath backstage. He says his journey in Impact has been nothing but a roller coaster ride. He recalls getting signed, then getting injured, then returning to find his friends stuck in a cult, and then injured. Now that Rhino's hurt again, Heath has to figure out what's next for him. He's about to give up. I'm sorry, he's not about to give up. He's about to give everyone a wake-up call. He says everybody's getting the wake-up call. He said he's about to change the damn game, man. So we got to wait and see what Heath has up his sleeve. Moose is walking backstage, completely showered, cleaned up, changed, no more sweat after his match, and is walking around bummed, and he runs into Brian Myers, who suggests that they team up. Like, hey, man, ABC, we can take these mofos down, bruh. Moose is like, I don't know. Moose is like, I don't know, we'll see. I don't know. So, Bully Ray comes out. This was entertaining. Bully Ray comes out, and he starts off by calling himself a victim. Bully Ray says that he is a victim. Bully Ray has a piece of paper in his hand. Bully Ray says that he is a victim and that he complained to the top brass at Anthem about Scott D'Amore. Bully says he wanted to be the people. He wanted to be the people's next world champion, but Scott D'Amore took that away from everyone. Bully says he was going to be the people's champ. Scott D'Amore took things from the people. Bully Ray is not champion, and the people are going to be angry. What people? What people? Clucky? Clucky, would you be angry if Bully Ray gets screwed out of the title? Clucky says no. Bully has a copy of the letter that he sent to Anthem higher-ups demanding justice. Bully says he wants answers, damn it. Scott D'Amore comes out. He comes down and he basically calls him a lying bitch. Bully reiterates his letter contents. Scott says he went before the anthem board and heard his ridiculous complaint. That they read it out to him. And actually, Anthem said that they agree. Anthem said that Scott has acted they said that he acted in a way that was unbecoming of a president. So that was it. Scott reveals he was informed that he should take a leave of absence following his actions. Bully says that's music to his ears because his bosses screwed him. Bully tells Scott to leave. Scott says he agrees with the board's decision to step down and step away for a little bit. Then he goes to attack Bully Ray. Scott D'Amore went and attacked Bully Ray in some of the softest, weakest punches I've ever seen in my life. It was amazing stuff. Then Steve Maclin comes running down to the ring. I'm starting to see a pattern in tonight's show. Starting to see a pattern. Bully kicks Scott D'Amore right in the gut because at this point, Steve Maclin starts beating the crap out of Scott D'Amore. Maclin kicks him again. Maclin rolls out and grabs chairs. Bully chokes Scott and Maclin raises his chair as the lights went out. Lights went out. Lights come back on. Who's in the ring? PCO. PCO appears in the ring, but then Maclin and Bully put chairs to him. Right away, they start beating the crap out of him. PCO just completely no-sells the chair shots. PCO levels Bully and Maclin before Scott D'Amore drop kicks Maclin out of the ring. Scott announces he made one more match before he stepped down. He says it is going to be Bully and Maclin versus PCO and himself, Scott D'Amore, at Slammiversary. Wow. That should be exciting. That should be exciting. I don't know. Let's see what they have. Let's see what they have planned. I want to see what they have planned. Because this seems like a gimmick-heavy matchup. I'm not looking for, in-ring work. This is all story. And from what I can tell so far, these guys can tell a story. So let's see how it goes at Slammiversary. Backstage, Maclin rants about how PCO won't stay down. Macklin's back there preaching to Bully Ray. Like, what the hell? This dude won't stay down. We hit him with like 97,000 chair shots. He kept getting back up. Bully says, chill, bruh. He's just a man. I kind of agree with Bully here, even though he blocked me on Twitter. I kind of agree with Bully here. He is just a man. Then they overhear Frankie Kazarian talking down the hall. They get into it as Frankie reminds Bully not to mess with management. Eddie Edwards walks up and intervenes after Maclin and Bully walk away because Eddie kind of got in his face to support Kaz. After Maclin and Bully walk away, Eddie appears to make amends with Frankie. He's like, hey, man, us Kowalski guys got to stick together, bruh. They were both trained by the late, great Killer Kowalski. So I'm like, what are we getting? The Kowalski Combat Club? What are we getting here? What are we getting here? The Kowalski Combat Club. And then you can, because Kowalski is spelled with a K. Combat, you would spell that with a K, like Mortal Kombat. And then you would just spell club with a K, just to, synergize with the other words. So the Kowalski Combat Club, a.k.a. the KKK. Right? No? I could almost see our reactions right about now. I could almost see your reactions right about now. Okay, maybe not. Atoda says the KFC. Okay. Not as good as my KKK, but I see you. That was good too. Okay. We get Decay versus ABC. Here we go. When I came in, thought Decay was a big deal here at Impact because I remember all of the stuff that I saw, in the past with Decay and Rosemary and all that stuff. I thought it was great stuff. But here we go. Decay versus ABC. And I have already been talking about this match for longer than this match has been going on. This match was just seconds, bro. Steve and Bay lock up after a back and forth. Taurus comes in and slams Bay onto Ace. Steve eats a kick to the face from Ace. Bay comes back in and boots Taurus out of the corner, but actually brings Taurus in for a moment. The ref ejects him out of the ring as Steve bites both Ace and Bay. He goes for a jump off the top, but eats a kick from ABC. Taurus is tossed to the outside, and Bay hits him with a moonsault. Bay hits the cutter, and Ace hits the fold for the win. This match is over. I don't know what to say here. I don't know why this match needed to happen. I don't know what's going on with Decay, but it just seems like they are just jobbers to the stars. I thought they were a legitimate faction. They pulled Rosemary away, and Decay is just simply, for lack of better terms, they're just decaying away. I don't know what's going on with it, but I was a fan of what Decay did in the past. I guess those days are over. Soon as the match was over, though, I really, really enjoyed and I really liked this part that happened. As soon as the match was over, Sabin and Shelley were waiting backstage for ABC to come away from the ring. And it was all one shot. So they had a camera waiting for ABC to come back from the ring area into the backstage area. And all in one shot, they went straight to the promo. I thought that was a nice transition. I did enjoy that. Gia Miller interviews Bhupinder Gujjar. His diary episode airs next week, apparently. And they show us a preview. And then Gia asks Gujjar to speak on it. Tell us about your diary episode. What can we expect? How was the experience? But then Dirty Dango walks up. He wonders why anyone would want to watch a documentary on Gujjar, who just sits in a locker room. Dango suggests he should make a they should make a documentary on his business outside of the ring. Gujjar calls Dango a bitter Betty. I think he called him a bitter Betty, and then walked off. Then Dango turns to Gia Miller and says, I thought the backstage interviewers were supposed to be hot. Then he walks away. I thought that was funny. He just looked at her and said, I thought the interviewers were supposed to be hot around here. Then walked away. Dirty Dango, man. It's hilarious. Macklin will get his rematch against Shelley in Australia. Impact is going to Australia. Purrazzo versus Shaw in a title match is also confirmed for the Down Under tour. And if Giselle Shaw wins, she will be added to the she'll be added to the Slammiversary match against Naomi, and they'll make that a triple threat match. Should be interesting. Next week, we have set for OVE versus Myers and the Good Hands. We have The Design versus Gresham and Bailey. Speedball Mike Bailey. We have Taylor Wilde versus Killer Kelly. That should be interesting. We have Bully and Macklin versus Kazarian and Eddie Edwards. All that is going on for next week. Hey, my sister is here. Izetta, what's going on? I forgot that you were around, man. I thought that you... Okay, never mind. We'll get into it. We'll get into it later. Man. Deanna and Shaw start the bout. Oh, this is the main event. So we get the Motor City Machine Guns, Deanna Purrazzo, Trinity, and Nick Aldis versus Trey McGill, Kenny King, Sheldon Jean, Giselle Shaw, and Savannah Evans. With Jay Vidal at ringside. Okay, here we go. Now, Deanna and Shaw start the match. And attempt covers on each other. A little quick back and forth. Nothing going on there. Shaw takes control until Trinity tags in and throws hands on her. Evans comes in and body slams Trinity. Trinity escapes a leg drop and hits one of her own for a cover. Deanna comes in and helps Trinity suplex Evans for a cover. Deanna and Trinity lock in their submissions and Evans and Shaw respectively. Sheldon Jean helps pull him out and break it up. At this point, I thought I was watching wrestling in the pandemic era with a women's match going on, because we had all the women in the ring and all of the guys just standing on the outside of the ring just watching. It looked like a women's match for the pandemic era. All of the women were in the ring and the guys were just holding the ring rope, kind of cheering. Kind of reminded me of the COVID era. We go to commercial break. After the break, King and Aldis are legal as King throws punches in a corner. Nick Aldis twists the arm and tags in Sabin. King tags out to Trey. They run around each other for a little bit as Sabin maintains control with a backbreaker and a cover. Excuse me. Gene comes in and tries to keep Sabin grounded. King returns with a snap suplex and punches. Sabin rolls out and all the heels stomp on him while the ref is distracted. Sabin is on the outside of the ring and the whole team, the whole heel team, all 42 of them, all out there stomping the hell out of Sabin. Sabin crawls back into the ring, crawls back in, and then King keeps stomping on him before applying an upper body stretch. Trey does an arm breaker and tries covering. King returns and continues picking Sabin apart. Now, Sabin manages to nail a tornado DDT on King to get some space. Shelley and Trey get tags as Shelley chops away. Shelley elbows Vidal in the process and then kicks King at ringside. Trey cuts Shelley off with an uppercut, but Shelley counters with an atomic drop from the top. That looked like it. I never understood how the atomic drop was legal. It hurt you in the balls, right? Like a reverse atomic drop. How was that legal? It's a nut shot. I mean, whatever. What do I know? Shelley applies the stretch until Evans breaks it up. Deanna levels her, but Shaw super kicks. Shaw super kicks Deanna. Trinity kicks Shaw out and Vidal clobbers Trinity when the ref isn't looking. Jay Vidal gets in the ring, right? He gets in the ring and he clocked Trinity. The ref had his back turned, but Jay stayed in the ring. This motherfucker took his shirt off, clocked Trinity, and stayed in the ring and danced and like twerked. I don't know what the hell he was doing. The ref still didn't see. It wasn't like he came in, hit her, and then got out. He stayed there and celebrated for a while, and the ref still didn't see it. I thought that was kind of silly. All this then threw Vidal out, allowing Trey to hit a super kick and a net breaker. The action breaks down further until Shelley gets double teamed by King and Gene for a moment. King accidentally kicks his own partner, Gene, allowing Aldis and Shelley to clear them out. Shelley hits Gene with a shell shock for the win. Champion looks strong. I thought that was important right there. The winners, the Motor City Machine Guns, Perazzo, Trinity, and Nick Aldis. And that was the end of the show. But when the match was over, Nick Aldis went and grabbed the world title for Shelley. And he went to respectfully hand it to him in a show of, hey, it's going to be me and you. Here's your title. But instead, Nick Aldis just cleaned his clock. He hit him with the title. So it appears, it looks like it was a very soft one, but it looks like we got a heel turn for Nick Aldis, which is something I think that their feud going into Slammiversary desperately needed, because them just showing this admiration for each other and this mutual respect. Also, same for Trinity and Deonna Purrazzo. Too many baby faces squaring off against each other. We need some separation here. We need someone to be a little bit of an asshole for us to care about the feud more. And Nick Aldis is going to provide that for us. So, looks like we got a heel turn for Nick Aldis. I'm excited for it because I was seriously getting tired of babyface Nick Aldis. He was seriously reminding me of WWE Cody, which is the cringiest Cody of all time. That is it, guys. There was not a lot on this show. There was more promos and talking and backstage segments than anything else tonight. I mean, which I guess it's fine. I mean, they can't all be, the same structure every week. I get it. But this one was very promo heavy. What did you guys think of the show? Let's get those thoughts in while we get into the super chats, man. You love to see it. All right. We have a... Oh, my God. How did I miss this one?
That's right. To give them the flux. To give them the flux.
How did I miss... Oh, because it just came in. Okay. It just came in. Like, how the hell did I miss that super chat? Holy moly, let's get into it. We did funny Rob Baby. Let's get into my boy Greg Goldman. What's going on with you, man? Greg Goldman says, awesome review, Jesse. Impact more exciting than Raw in New York. Opinion? I'm not gonna lie. I told... So, let me take this down. I got something to say here. I told JD today. I texted him today. I told him that... I'll read it. So you guys know I'm not bullshitting. I would show it, but I think it has his phone number on it. And I don't think I want to put his phone number on the fucking internet. He might get angry about that. So I told him, I said, Impact is feeling more and more like NXT Black and Gold. And I'll explain why. Because he asked, in what way? I said, between the intimacy of the crowd size, the way that the show is shot, the way that it's lit, the way that it's taped, but the pay-per-views are live, the lesser named talent is very hungry out there and eager to make a big name for themselves. I thought it has a lot of qualities of the original Black and Gold NXT. It really, really does. I think if Impact continues on this pace, I think they'll get the same kind of love that NXT used to get from back in the day. But absolutely. Oh, I got you, Greg. It says, meant to say in your opinion. Okay, I got you. Much appreciated. A totem madre. I hope I got that right. I really sincerely hope I didn't botch that, man. With the $50. Woo! The $50 super chat, bruh, says all this should be a much bigger deal in a much bigger promotion. That is I kind of agree with you, man. I do. I kind of agree with you. I feel like Nick Aldis is definitely a big fish swimming in a small pond. He should be a big time star. But I think it's really tricky right now to get him in the right promotion to make him a big time star. I don't think going to WWE or AEW at the current time is a great time to go be a big star. If you look at WWE structure, they're having a hard time figuring out their whole world title situation. Half the damn roster got a world title now. You know, in AEW, their upper card has always been stacked and crowded. So at this given moment, Impact might be the best place for Nick Aldis, if I'm being honest with you. But when things start to get a little bit clearer in one of those two brands, I agree. I think Nick Aldis should step up and go to a bigger promotion. So, but yeah, Milton, I was thinking about, if you guys are only watching me and not Impact, first off, I want to thank you for watching me. But second of all, do yourself a favor and go check out a couple of episodes. And as you do that, try to remember how the original Black and Gold was. And it feels very similar, man. It really, really does. Once you get into the storylines and the characters and what they're doing and the vibe of the crowd, remember back in the Black and Gold days of NXT, it's the same damn thing. It's a tape show. They tape it a few weeks at a time here and there. The pay-per-views are live. The talent work their asses off at the live pay-per-views. For me, it is literally the difference of watching the original Black and Gold NXT versus the main roster. When the NXT was way better and the main roster was just meh at best. So I think Impact is doing good stuff, man. I think they are, but we'll see as they come along, man. Toda, thank you so much, man. That is a fantastic and very, very generous super chat. You love to see it, man. You love to see it. Guys, we're going to call it a night. Short, sweet, simple. What'll be in here? About 45 minutes. It's fantastic stuff, man. Fantastic stuff. Want to thank you guys so much. Tune in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up, man. What y'all doing? I see 71 live. I see 43 thumbs up, man. Can a brother get a thumbs up around here? Can a brother get a thumbs up around here, bruh? Be much appreciated, man. I will see you guys next Thursday. Also, before that, I will see you Wednesday on JD's channel for the AEW Dynamite review. Then Thursday back here for Impact. Guys, thank you so much. My name is Jesse, a.k.a. your very own one and only Chi-Town Smart. I will see you guys next time. Peace.
My continuous output, my flow of ideas for years been thrilling in me. Please don't stop this feeling in me before the feeling get to killing in me. See, I'm into mayhem. When I play here, the streaks are havoc, and then I'm ready to leave your grave in. Lucifer got nothing to do with this shit. To the days of dirt, getting fucked up within, and I put that on the house, bitch. To the days of the dirt, you gon' cancel that down.
silly motherfuckers.
And you can inhale the danger. Consider this us spilling out pills of anger. Fuck around, swell a vein up and make you rebel on the stranger. Can't contain the things I'm thinking. Sometimes I be feel like I'm sinking in the motherfucking words of the rap. Floating in the ink pen, breathing and blinking as I lead you to the brink and push you off in the deep end of the issue. Out of the realm of reaching, you ain't gonna know what the fuck to hit you cause you sleeping. Chicago will be your motherfucking shit. Here to show you how worse of it fucking get. Don't play by books. I'm really up in it, burning the rules. Fuck that instruction shit.